up guys, it's Nicole, also known as NikkiVegan, and today I'm going to be showing you everything that I got at Trader Joe's and how I use it in some recipes. So let's get started. So first up, I picked up another box of veggie burgers. These are really great for when I'm really busy and just need something fast. They have really good ingredients, so they're kind of a staple for me. One of my favorite ways to eat these burgers is in a warm pita with some cool crunchy veggies, a little bit of sauerkraut, and a drizzle of vegan tzatziki. I will put the recipe for the vegan tzatziki in the description box below. So good. Then I always pick up some frozen berries, frozen cherries, blueberries, mixed berries, whatever. I always get a couple bags from Trader Joe's because they're really inexpensive there, and I use them every single day in my oatmeal, sometimes in sauces and smoothies. They're so good. Recently, my sister was visiting me, and I actually made this blueberry maple syrup for some waffles. It was just like a cozy day. We were watching The Office, and we were still in our pajamas, and I just went into the kitchen, basically added about a cup of frozen blueberries to a saucepan along with a few glugs of maple syrup. You can also do a little bit of lemon juice or vanilla extract in there as well, just to kind of amp up the flavor even more. And then I had some frozen vegan waffles, and I decked them out differently. She wanted vegan butter on hers. I wanted almond butter, so I did a nice little bit of almond butter. Then I put a little bit of vegan yogurt on it as well to make it nice and creamy, and then the warm blueberry syrup on top. This combo was so good and really fast to make. I also got a bag of these just coconut chunks, but I have no idea what to do with them. I thought I would use them for smoothies and stuff, but I haven't made a smoothie in a while, so let me know in the comments what I can do with these chunks because it looks pretty cool. Next, I got some cauliflower rice. I use this for sauces a lot, or I'll use it to make like fried rice. My friend Nisha and my friend Laura actually both do that, so that's a really good little hack. You do like half rice, half cauliflower rice. Then I got some broccoli florets. I find that keeping frozen veggies on hand is the easiest way to eat more veggies because fresh produce tends to go bad before you can use it sometimes, so my freezer's always stocked. Then I got some of these pickles, really good for salads, adds a nice tang, and this pizza sauce. I love this pizza sauce. I usually buy my nut butters online, but they have a pretty good organic peanut butter that I really like. It's lightly salted. Sometimes it's hard to find peanut butter that is both salted and organic. I don't know why, but they have a good one. So I got that, and then I got this Green Goddess dressing, honestly, because I was cocktail waitressing at a Oscar event a few months ago, and we had this fancy crudité thing, and the chef literally was using this as the dressing, and no one knew. So I was like, okay, well, if it's good enough for the Oscar party, it's good enough for me. Gave it a try. It's awesome. Also picked up some ketchup and my favorite eggplant hummus. If you want me to recreate this at home, like a recipe for you guys, let me know in the comments because I'm thinking of experimenting with that. And then I tried these Ezekiel tortillas because I've been really into wraps lately. So one thing I like to do is to take a tortilla, warm it up slightly sometimes, and then I'll put a very generous amount of hummus onto it. And then you do the grated carrot, and I really love grated carrot. It adds a little bit of crunch. Then I do some cucumbers. I added a little bit of that pickle that I picked up earlier, just adds again that nice tang. Some sun-dried tomatoes. You could do fresh tomatoes. And then I like doing some roasted veggies. Today I have some roasted sweet potatoes. I also added some chickpeas. You could roast those as well. I just didn't think of it. I was packing this for lunch, so I was just kind of improvising. And then you can do either hot sauce or sweet chili sauce, or there's so many mustard sometimes I'll do. And I also like to do some kind of green. On this day, I didn't have any fresh greens, but I did have some kale. So I went ahead and quickly massaged the kale. That's my tip for those of you who don't like kale or have a hard time digesting it. If you massage it first, especially if you massage it with like tahini and lemon juice and that kind of thing, it is so much easier and a lot more pleasant. It doesn't have that really kind of tough texture to it. It softens it a lot. So I just quickly did that, added it right onto the wrap, rolled it up, and this was perfect to bring to work. It was so good. Then I picked up another can of chickpeas. I either use them in wraps or I'll make something like chana masala or vegan tuna salad. Here is how I make both. So the basis of this chana masala is going to be half of a large white onion with 3 chopped garlic cloves and 1 teaspoon of chopped ginger. Then we're going to add 1 tablespoon of cumin seeds and 1 plum tomato and let that cook and let the cumin seeds kind of toast up for a minute. And then we're going to add 1 teaspoon of chili powder, 1 teaspoon of ground cumin, and 2 teaspoons of coriander. And after about a minute, the spices will be really nice and fragrant and toasted. And then we will go ahead and add about 2.5 cups of cooked chickpeas. You can use canned or you can go ahead and make these from scratch, but canned is perfectly delicious and easy to do. So just add that to a pot or to a pressure cooker and then cover them with water. For the pressure cooker, you want to let them cook for about 10 to 15 minutes, and in a regular pot, you want to let this simmer for about 30 minutes. And at that point, the sauce will be nice and thickened and flavorful, and this is a really great side dish to put on top of rice or to have with other veggie sides. I also really love putting chana masala into a baked sweet potato. Oh, it's so good. I have more serving suggestions in the description box below, so make sure you check that out and enjoy. So chickpea tuna salad is a recipe that I meal prep constantly because I find that it holds up really well. You can make it in big batches and it's great for salads, sandwiches, inside of baked potatoes, or even as like a dip for crackers when you just need something super fast. So I just take a can of chickpeas, rinse it and drain it, and then I add a little bit of lemon juice. This is the juice of 1 lemon, and then I have a stalk of celery that I finely chop and about 1 to 2 tablespoons of sweet relish. This adds a really nice tang. And then instead of using mayonnaise, I'm going to use some garlic hummus. This makes it really nice and creamy without adding as much fat. And then the secret ingredient here is lemon pepper. You definitely want to be generous, and then a sprinkle of salt as well. But the lemon pepper really makes it taste really fresh and flavorful and bright, and I can't recommend it highly enough. I think it's really a game changer. A lot of people will use a little bit of like dulse flakes or crushed seaweed to give it a fishier taste, which is also really nice, so you can add that if you like. But this is really easy to make, like I said, and it's great in so many ways, so I hope you enjoy. I also got some mushrooms. These are a staple for me because you can throw them into any type of like pasta sauce or veggie bowl. They're just a really good thing to have on hand. I also love getting avocados from Trader Joe's because they're usually less expensive, but they are usually rock hard, so you have to let them sit out for a while. I also picked up another bag of sun-dried tomatoes. I like these because they're just dried on their own. They don't have, they're not preserved in oil, so they're really nice, and you can throw these into literally any type of wrap or salad, but I really love them in quinoa. Quinoa can be a little bit boring on its own, so what I do is I make quinoa, and this is actually the tri-colored quinoa from Trader Joe's. So I pour it into a pot of boiling water along with a splash of apple cider vinegar, and I usually do this in a big portion so I have a lot to last me for a couple of days. It's just a really, if I'm already taking the time to do it, I might as well just make extra, and that way I can have lots of quinoa to eat throughout the week when I'm busier, and that apple cider vinegar gives it a really nice kind of tang. I learned that from Deliciously Ella. And then I will add about a handful of these chopped sun-dried tomatoes. They kind of plump up from the heat of the quinoa and soften a little bit and just lend a lot of flavor to the dish. I finished this with a pinch of salt, and it is so good. Here I'm topping it with some grilled tofu because this is a clip from a video that I did where I recreated one of my favorite YouTubers' dinners. So I will link that in the card above if you want to check it out. Then for some fun stuff, I was going to a girls' night with my friends, so I picked up some white truffle potato chips. I was so stoked to find out these are vegan because they are so indulgent, and they pair really nicely with some sparkling wine or some white wine. I think that's like a really nice little treat to bring over if you're having a movie night or girls' night with your friends, or just treating yourself on a weekend, whatever. They're delicious. I highly recommend them. I also picked up some of these brownie crisps, which are really awesome and vegan and gluten-free. How cool is that? I brought these to a taping of The Vegan View that we had the next day, and these were definitely a hit. I also picked up some organic cacao powder. I use this for all kinds of things. I have a recipe in my ebook for some cacao quinoa flakes that are so delicious. I also like to make my own chocolate milk, either just to drink like hot chocolate. I have an iced hot chocolate recipe on this channel, but here I'm going to show you how I do it for cereal. Basically, I just add about a cup of almond milk, a heaping tablespoon of the cacao powder, and 1 date or a tablespoon of maple syrup, whatever you have on hand. Blend it until it's nice and smooth and frothy. It takes a good like 30 seconds or so to really get it nice and thick. And then I pour this onto some chocolate granola, and it is the best treat, especially if you're craving something sweet. I also picked up a bag of organic flaxseed meal. It's a lot easier to digest all of its benefits if it's broken up into like the meal. So I recommend that. And I also put this in my oatmeal, or I make muffins with it, any type of baked good. It's a really good vegan egg replacer. And finally, I picked up some walnuts. I'm experimenting with a walnut pesto because I went out recently and had an awesome roasted carrot and walnut pesto dish that was really simple but really delicious. So I'm working on that recipe, and when I figure it out, it's coming your way. And the last thing I got was some tempeh. I don't really know what to say about that other than yay, tempeh. Alright guys, that's it for this video. I hope that you enjoyed it. If you did, please give this video a thumbs up and make sure you check out the description box because I have a playlist with all of the grocery hauls that I've done on this channel, so hopefully that'll be helpful for you guys. And if you're too busy to grocery shop but you still want to cook wholesome, healthy, plant-based meals at home, I work with and personally use a company called Purple Carrot. My mom uses it, a lot of my friends use it. They basically send plant-based ingredients and the recipes to your front door and you can have them just ready to go on a busy day. I know that sometimes it's like we want to eat healthy, we want to cook at home more, but actually picking a recipe and then going grocery shopping and making sure you have everything can be a little bit stressful, especially when you're super busy. So this makes it a lot easier and all of the recipes are seriously really, really good. Again, it's something that I personally love and think that it might be helpful for you guys to know about. So if you want to try it, go ahead and check out the description box. There is a link for you to give it a shot and let me know what you think if you do. And also let me know what grocery staples you guys always get at the grocery store because one, I'm nosy and I like knowing what you guys get, but it also really helps me create recipes for you when I know kind of what your preferences are and what your taste palettes are like. So go ahead, comment your favorite things to get at the grocery store and I will see you in a video very soon. Bye!